Guillermo del Toro is one of my favorite directors because of his attention to detail he puts into every aspect of his films. His most well-known trademark is his fantastical creature designs, but there are many other trademarks he has that often go unnoticed. He puts a large emphasis on characters being linked to certain objects, which serves as a metaphor for their ideologies. The set designs and props he uses are chosen to serve a story-driven purpose of show, don't tell. Starting with Del Toro's most iconic trait, his practical creature designs give his films unique iconography, which is part of why people can instantly recognize his movies. Del Toro's focus on detail means that the creature will look incredibly realistic thanks to excellent makeup and costume work, rather than CGI or other digital effects. In fact, part of his entrance into the film industry was as a special effects makeup artist. This is why he put such a strong emphasis on using practical effects for his creature designs. The Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth is a standout because of how disturbing he looks. Not only does this character have a disturbing aesthetic, he is also a metaphor for the antagonist of the film, Vidal, and his evil fascist views. The Pale Man is consumed by the desire to feast on children in the same way Vidal is consumed by living up to his fascist views, regardless of what that does to other people. There's always a link between Del Toro's characters and specific objects or elements they interact with, as well as the setting they're placed in. In the movie Hellboy, Hellboy's two objects of importance that tell part of his story are his shaved down horns and the cross he always carries. His horns show what he inherited from his hellish father, while the cross shows what he inherited from his adopted earthly father. As for Eliza in The Shape of Water, Eliza seems unnaturally comfortable with water. Like in the sequence where she floods the bathroom to be with the creature, she should technically be about to drown but looks fully at peace. You also see Eliza controlling water droplets on the bus. Though this scene is never explained to be imagined or real, it certainly shows Eliza has a strong connection to water, which is why she was destined to be with the amphibian creature. There's a strong use of visual metaphors in many of Del Toro's films as well. In The Shape of Water, Strickland's injury getting worse over time is used as a symbol of him becoming more and more desperate and evil as a result of trying to capture the amphibian man. In both The Shape of Water and Pan's Labyrinth, both antagonists are characters that stick to their ego-fueled beliefs for personal gain and status, even if there's obvious consequences. Captain Vidal only wants a son to carry on his name, while Strickland wants to get the amphibian creature back to remain in his successful work position with his idealistic American lifestyle. Not only does Guillermo del Toro focus on visual metaphors, he also has a lot of input in what the set of his movies look like. The production design of Pan's Labyrinth was done so seamlessly because of the consistency of the props and set design. The mud-covered dark uniforms the soldiers wear adds to the gritty mood and enhances Vidal's ill intentions of trying to live up to the expectations his dad set, no matter the cost it takes to get there. However, this dark tone would be too heavy-handed if it weren't for Ophelia's brighter fantasy world balancing everything out. In The Shape of Water, a lot of the set design in Eliza's house is related to the theme of water. The dominant colors are greens and blues, there's water leaks from the roof and water stains on the walls. Meanwhile, the set design in the laboratory is bland and gray to show how awful the living conditions are for the amphibian man. It's no surprise that the amphibian man ends up at Eliza's house, since it was built entirely to encompass the theme of water which the amphibian man has to live in. Guillermo del Toro's meticulous attention to detail in his films is why everything he directs is so rewatchable. Every time you watch one of his movies, you'll notice something new because of how obsessive he is over every visual aspect that goes into his work. His creature designs, emphasis on storytelling through objects and metaphors, and precisely detailed set design is what sets him apart from other directors.